Hello and welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be running through the step-by-step process on how you can create a chores chart, just like the one that you see here on this screen, that you can go ahead and sell on Etsy as a printable, so a digital product that can help you create passive income online. Now, before I go ahead and show you the step-by-step process of how I've created this chore chart within Canva, I just want to let you know that this was actually a product that was created using inspiration from a program that I'm a part of. Now, that program is called the E-Printables course by Julie and Cody of Gold City Ventures. Now, currently, the doors to the E-Printables course are open. They will be open from the 7th of April until the 10th of April. It's a very short amount of time and they only do this twice a year. So now is the time to go ahead and enroll in this amazing course. So I'll just go ahead now and open up the course itself. So I actually went ahead and purchased this last year and I've been using it to create my own printables and digital products for my own Etsy shop. But I just want to show you the actual lecture. I'm not going to obviously play it because if you want it, you're going to have to go ahead and get on in to this program itself. But it's actually here under the How to Make Printables with Canva. And it was the weekly checklist tutorial. So Cody actually runs through how to create a weekly checklist. So I used this as inspiration to go ahead and create my own unique design that I could then sell in my own Etsy shop. So as you can see here, this is a 18-minute video that runs through the exact step-by-step on how to create a weekly checklist tutorial that you can then use as inspiration to create your own. As you can see, there are so many different tutorials here and templates that you can use to create printables that you can go ahead and sell on Etsy. And I highly, highly recommend this program. Obviously, I only ever recommend programs that I have taken myself. So if printables and digital products is something that you are seriously considering, I would highly recommend going through this program. It's amazing. You should see some of the success stories. But anyway, that's for another day. I just wanted to explain to you where I got the inspiration to actually create this daily chore chart here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to dive into my Canva account and I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step process on how you can create a chore chart just like this one and then go ahead and sell it on Etsy. Okay, so to go ahead and create this chore chart, what you're going to want to do is go to create a design here in the corner and we want to go click on that one. And then I would like to create a US letter document size. So that's an 8.5 by 11 inches document. So you can go ahead and it sometimes will come up here under your suggested, so US letter document. You can type in US letter document here and it'll come up, or you can go ahead and click custom size to create your custom dimensions. I'm just going to go to US letter document here and it's going to open up a brand new design for me. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to create a set of tables for this chore chart. Now, Canva recently updated their program to include a new element, and that element is tables, where you can manipulate the sizes of the cells within the table. You can change the lines, the color, the line weight, and do a whole heap of different things, which is great because previously to create any tables, you would have to create it using lines and or shapes, so like rectangles, for example. Okay, so now Canva have created an easy way for us to do this. So in order to get started, what we need to do is go to the Elements tab. And then in the search bar, what you want to do is type in table and then hit enter. And then what it's going to do is it's going to present you with a whole range of different tables that you can use to create your unique design. So obviously we've got all these different types of designs here in different colors, but essentially they all do the same thing and you can create all different types and styles of tables. So for the purpose of this tutorial, let's go ahead and click in this box, the very first box here. So click it and it'll import a simple table into your design. Now for this chore chart, I want to create two different tables. One is going to be a daily task chore chart and a weekly task list. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the first design. Now, I just want to show you around a bit and how you can actually change the design of this table. Now, there's a few different ways that you can do so. So I'm going to show you those different ways just now. So it's going to populate a simple 12 box table for you. Now, you can do a few things. Let's go ahead and just scroll on in so we can see a little bit more of this table. Now, you can change the color of the entire table by going here to the color box here and then selecting any color that you like, and it'll change the background of your table. Alternatively, you can select each individual cell and then change the colors one by one. So again, click the color button and then you can change the cell colors like so. You can also change the line weight by clicking on the table, by going to this border button here, and then you can go ahead and change the border weight by scrolling up and down. So it's going to change the border weight. Now, I have got this first cell selected, so it's only going to change the border weight for that cell. See, as you can see here. Now, if I wanted to change the line weight for the entire table, all I would do is select the entire table like so. Go ahead to border again, go to line weight, and then scroll up and down as needed. So I'm just going to stick with a border weight of 3 for this example. And I'm also going to go ahead and just make this transparent for now, and I'll change the colors later. So selected it all and then go to transparent here. Very good. Okay, so that's how you change the colors and the line weight. Now, what happens when you want to change, let's say, how many columns or rows there are? Well, there are 2 different ways that you can do this. So select the actual table itself, and what you're going to do is you're going to see this little menu button here. So you can either click on that. So let's go ahead and click on that, and it's going to give you a whole different list of options that you can do. So you can delete a column, you can add a column beforehand, add a column after, you can move a column to the right, you can size rows equally, size rows to content. So let's say you've got text in there and it's a certain size. Well, you can actually change the cell height or width to fit the content that is in that cell. Okay, so size rows to content and size columns to content. So let's say I wanted to add a column after. All I would do is go ahead and click that button, and as you can see now we've got 4 columns. Another easy way to add in columns is to hover over one of the lines. See, when I hover, this plus button appears. So if I move out, the plus is gone. Now the plus appears again. All you would do is click the plus button and it'll add in the columns as needed. Same goes for the other side. So let's just scroll in, hover over the line, move to the side and hit the plus button, and it's added in a row. Now, for this first table that we are creating, I want to create a daily task list. So what I want in this first column is to be the actual tasks. So I'm going to go ahead and write tasks. And then I'm going to want Monday through to Sunday as different columns. So at the moment I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to need another 3 to make up the 7. So I would just click on 1, 2, and 3. So here we go. We've got tasks, and then we've got 1, 2. So we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right, let's go ahead and just scroll this over. I want to make this bigger by just using the toggle buttons. And I obviously want the task to be the biggest column in this table, so that the user, so the customer of this product, will actually have enough room to write their tasks down. So I'm going to just go ahead and just scroll these across for now. And I want them to be uneven in spacing, just so I can show you how you can easily change the spacing of these. So now, as you can see, all of these columns here are all different sizes, but what I want them to be is all the same width. Now, in order to do that, all we would need to do, so I'm just going to move this across like so. Let me just move this back again. So all I need to do is just select this top box here, and then select the very last bottom box, and then so hold down the shift key and then select that. So it's going to select all of this section here. And I want to go to this little menu button, click on that. And then I want to go to size columns equally. And then like magic, it's going to resize all of those columns so they are identical to each other. Okay, so I've got 4 rows here. I would like to have 8 altogether. So let's go ahead and add in another 4 columns. So hover again, so scroll in. Hover, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's scroll out and have a look at that. Very good. Now I just want this to go up a bit, like so. Very good. Excellent. That's looking good. Now I'm going to add in Monday through to Sunday here. So just type in, I'm just going to start with the very first letter of each day. Very good. So it's starting to take shape. You can also adjust the alignment here. So I want this to be to the left. So click the alignment button and it'll make sure that that's to the left. These are all centered. That's fine. That's just what I want. Okay, so this is our daily tasks. Let's write in daily here. Daily tasks. Now I want to create a table just below it with the weekly tasks. So again, I'm going to create a table. Very good. Because I want it the same line width as this, we're going to go to border, line weight or border weight, and we're going to change that to 3. Okay, now for this, all I need is 2 separate columns. So let's go ahead and delete this column. So I've got 2, that's good. And we're going to have the days of the week here. So let's move that across ever so slightly. And then the task will be here. I'm going to need 7 rows. So I'm going to scroll in, just hover on one of these lines. So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7. Scroll out. Let's go ahead and change the size like so. And bring this in a bit. Fantastic, looking good. All right, so I want to put in the days of the week here. So we've got Monday. Those are the days of the week. And here we've got some extra space. So what I would do is just put like an extra area for notes, for example. So again, let's go to tables, move that across so we can see it. Change the border weight to 3 and enter. Now I only need 1 column for this. So I'm going to go to delete column and delete column. And I'm only going to need a title for this table. So I only need the 1 title, and then the rest is just going to be an open blank space. So I can go ahead and delete the other 2 rows here. So delete row and delete row. Bring this down, scroll in. Let's go ahead and move this line up to match the other table. Very good. Excellent. Now I'll just put a title in here. So notes. Let's go ahead and align those to the left. I might just bring this across. Very good. Excellent. It's looking good. Starting to take shape. Now let's go ahead and add in some titles for these tables. So I'm going to just go to my text tab. I'm going to add in a heading. So this top one is going to be my daily chores. Let's move that across. Let's go ahead and change the size here to something a bit smaller so it fits within the page. Let's go ahead and copy that and put my weekly chores down here. Very good. And we haven't got a lot of room here, so let's go ahead and just start changing the size of these tables just so it'll actually fit within our page without encroaching too close onto the actual edge of the page itself. Move this one down. All right, looking good. All right, so as you can see, we've just got a very plain chore chart here. By all means, you can go ahead and leave this as is and go ahead and sell it on your Etsy shop. But in order to make it unique and something that people are actually going to want to buy, you want to add a little bit of design, a little bit of color, a few elements into it so that it's attractive for somebody that wants to buy it, and also it makes it uniquely yours as well. Okay, so the very first thing I want to do is I want to import some color into this design. Now I went ahead and found a color palette that includes more fun, bright, vibrant kid colors, I guess you could say. So I found like a rainbow color palette. So I'm going to import that into my design, and then I'm going to show you how you can grab those colors and then actually start adding it to your design here. Okay, so here is the color palette that I found using Coolers. I'll leave a link to Coolers down below. It's a great place to find different color palettes that you need for your designs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of these colors and start adding them to this chore chart. So what I want to do is add it to the days of the week here. So for example, I've got Monday. So just go ahead and click on that cell, go to the colors. Now, in order to pick out the colors from this actual color palette, what you need to do is go to the plus button here where it says add new color. Then you want to pick the eyedropper tool, which is a fairly new tool here in Canva. So go ahead and click that button, and then whatever you hover over and then click on will be the color that will be imported from that color palette. Okay, so let's say you liked the Canva blue up here. You could go ahead and click that, or you could find this color here and click here. But I actually want these colors here within my rainbow color palette. So the very first color we've got pink, so I'm going to click on that, and automatically it's going to fill that with the pink color. Let's go ahead to the next cell. I'm just going to scroll in a little bit further. Click on Tuesday, go to color, go to pick a new color, and then pick the next color in the color palette. Now I'm going to go ahead and do that for the rest of the week here. Okay, very good. So now we've got all of our colors imported into our design. Now that Canva has got a record of those colors, we can go ahead and delete this color palette. Go ahead and delete that. Let's scroll out so we can see what we're looking at. For the daily tasks, I'm just going to pick just a light gray color for that. So that, for example. Very good. And now I'm going to copy these colors down here to the weekly chores. So Monday color. Oops, we don't need to pick a color because now we've got the colors here. So it was the pink, and then Tuesday was the lighter pink, Wednesday was the peach, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. There we go. So we've got our weekly chores down there in our different colors. The notes, let's change that to gray. Now the last thing I want to do is I just want to change the text here. I want to find a more, I don't know, I guess childish kind of font to play with here. So let's go ahead and select my daily chores. Go ahead up here to where you can change the actual font. And then you can either go ahead and type in something like kid font or child font to see what comes up. But I had already done some research and I found that this font here called Lazy Dog kind of looked childish and whimsical. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to that. So there we go. Now to change all the fonts within this table, just go ahead and select the whole table like so. And then go up here to where it's got the fonts and then go ahead to Lazy Dog and it will change all of our fonts here. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and do the same here. So there's consistency across the board. And then again, let's select this table by dragging, change that, and then one more time over here. All right, looking good. Okay, so again, that looks really good as is. You could go ahead and change all of these to the pink color. So like that, all of these to, so that's all the same. I might do that. Kind of looks kind of cool. Thursday. Looks pretty good. Okay, now there's just one more thing that I want to add here, and that is just a little clip art, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So what I would suggest doing is just going to your Elements tab, typing in chore or like a keyword related to your design, and then go to the Graphics tab and then go ahead and search for a free element. So if you're using Canva Basic, you want to use a Canva Basic element here. If you've got Canva Pro, by all means, go ahead and use a Canva Pro element. I'm going to go ahead and try and find a free Canva element that I can use within this design, just to give it a little bit more interest. So something that looks like a child doing some chores When you see this crown, it means that it's a pro element. So I'm looking for something that doesn't have that crown on it. Okay, so I found this young girl doing some mopping. So I want to just change the colors here. Let's go ahead and change this blue to perhaps a purple. Let's go ahead and change that. Maybe we can leave the brown. Let's change this and the red. Let's go ahead and change that to pink. I might change that to, there we go. Okay, so have a bit of play around with it. And I'm just wanting to put this in the corner like so. Okay, so there we have it. There is our daily and weekly chore chart that we have created within Canva. In order to save this as a PDF that you will then sell in your Etsy shop and sell to your customers, all you need to do is go to the share button here. Go ahead to the download button. Then under file type, we want to select it as a PDF. So PDF standard or PDF print, it doesn't really matter. I'll just go PDF print on this one and then go ahead and select the download button. And then Canva will download your file as a PDF document, which you can then upload to your Etsy listing. Now let's go ahead and open that up to see what it looks like. Here we go. So here is our PDF document of our daily chores and our weekly chores, a document that we can easily sell on Etsy, okay, as a printable. Now, if you want to go ahead and start creating and selling printables just like this one that I've shown you here today, well then I highly suggest checking out the E-Printables course by my friends Julie and Cody. Now I mentioned them in the beginning of this video, but I just want to mention them again. And I just want to remind you that currently their doors for the E-Printables course is now open for enrollment. Now it's only going to be open for a short amount of time, so you want to get in while you can. Now, I know that Julie and Cody only ever open up the doors to their program for public enrollment only twice a year. So the next time that you can actually get into this course will be at the end of this year. Now, if you are watching this in the future and you've missed out on that open enrollment, no worries, just go ahead and sign up for the waitlist. That way you'll be notified as soon as the doors reopen again. And that way you can get on inside of this amazing program. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed watching this tutorial today. And if you have any other questions regarding this, or if you have questions regarding the E-Printables course, please let me know. I've actually gone through it myself and I highly recommend it. And yeah, and if you need any questions answered, please feel free to let me know. Okay, you have a wonderful day and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.